It's spring. Here in North Carolina, the azaleas are blooming. Oh, and my garden is doing very well. I'm fortunate enough to have had it all winter long and enjoyed kale, Swiss chard, collards, chives, all from my garden all winter long. And it was wonderful. And things are doing very well out there, and I got inspired again to make a quiche. I have in my Pop It in the Toaster Oven cookbook, which you can buy anywhere, several really nice quiche recipes. And over the years I've done variations of quiches. I've done quiche Lorraine with bacon, I've done collard quiche, I've done kale quiche. And today I'm going to do a combo quiche of kale, collards, and Swiss chard. So I'm going to show you what the ingredients are. This is so simple, and it's such a really delicious. I have these beautiful ingredients set out before me, and I'm going to show you what you need for this recipe. But the first thing I'm going to do is to preheat my toaster oven to 350 degrees. Isn't this beautiful? Here are my collards, Swiss chard, and kale that I took from my garden. And they're going to get chopped up and cooked in a skillet just for a few minutes. And then I have a cup of grated cheddar cheese over here. The salt I'm going to add to taste. Here are my chives and my fresh parsley that's just coming up now in the spring. I have my azaleas. There are many more outside. And I have 4 eggs, and I have a quarter of a cup of mayo, and I use real mayonnaise, and I'll tell you, it lends a wonderful flavor to this quiche. Now, here is the crust already. Yeah, I'm cheating, I don't care. This is a commercial crust that I baked. It's all ready to go. I just wanted to keep it quick and simple. And after these greens are cooked, all of it is going to go into my blender. And you know, for a portion this small, just this little amount, what I'm going to do is just cut them up with a scissor. Yeah. I don't even have to get out a cutting board. It's on medium-high, and I have probably 2 tablespoons of water in here. So look how easy. Just trim them right up with this little sharp little hair cutting scissors that I use. Okay, there's the greens, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover them. This is going to be probably maybe, just 2 minutes. I don't want to cook them all the way. I just want to partially cook them because the rest of the cooking can take place in the... I think these greens are done. Now that took about a minute covered. And you don't want to add too much water because then you'll get water in your quiche. So that's, if the water gets cooked away, that's fine. And all of these wonderful flavors are concentrated. And wow, this is incredibly simple. So in go the greens into the blender. There's the eggs. Here's the mayo. I'm adding a little salt, probably about, I don't know, for me, half a teaspoon, and then some nice freshly ground pepper. Whoa, I nearly forgot to add the chives. I'll just chop those right in there. And these guys, for flavor, they don't have to be cooked. They just have to be chopped up a little bit. Same with the fresh parsley. Oh boy. All right, let's give it a spin again. This mixture goes into... I figure that 4 eggs is just about right, and so I know you end up like with a cup of whatever you're going to put in. That should be just fine. carrots, peas, bacon. Now, last but not least, I have this cheddar cheese. I'm just going to sprinkle on the top. It's going to kind of sink in nicely. Oof, sort of clumpy. This is micro-grated, but it's going to be quite lovely. I find if you can use your finger, if I just take some of this filling out onto the crust a little bit, the crust, I think it will keep it from burning or getting really terrifically brown. In goes the quiche. Ooh, that is full. I'm going to set the timer for 30 minutes. Now it says 40 minutes in my recipe book, but you know, with the variation of filling, you really have to kind of test it. So after 30 minutes, I'm going to press down on the top, and if it springs back, I know it's done. If it doesn't spring back, then it's going to need more time. The quiche is done. It's toasty brown. I tested it, and actually it was 25. Not a bad idea to test, especially if you're experimenting with a recipe you've done before. There are some variables to it, so that's always a good idea to do that. Now, I'm going to let this quiche cool a little bit, and then I'm going to have a piece to test it to see how that combo works. Wow, this is so pretty. I just have to give you a close-up of that, the cheese and the beautiful filling and the nice toasted top. Wow. I don't know, I think this is better than pizza. And probably it's more nourishing. You know, you have the eggs, the greens in there, and the cheese. You can make your own pie crust if you want. If you buy a commercial crust, this takes no time at all to fix, and it's so simple. And it's up to you to decide what you want to use in your quiche. I mean, if you want to put bacon in, like a quiche Lorraine, you can. Any kind of vegetables will work, actually, you know? So there's no limit to what you can't do with it. Maybe you don't have a toaster oven yet, but you should consider getting a toaster oven. It's really a wonderful appliance. And then you can use my Pop It in the Toaster Oven cookbook, which is an excellent book full of all different kinds of recipes for entrees, for meat, poultry, fish, fruit, desserts, breakfasts, sandwiches. There's no end to it. You can buy it anywhere on Amazon or your favorite bookstore. And you should check out my website. I have a beautiful website. They just did an article in the New York Times about it. It's called freeonlineartclasses.com. And yes, it's really, really free. You don't have to log in to access any of the information there. Now, there are ads on the website if you want to click on them. You might find something interesting there, but you don't have to. I've written all of the lessons from my 50-some years of art experience and art instruction, so there's a lot of really good information on that website, including artful aging, artful gardening, artful lighting, because I'm also a lighting specialist. All of my beautiful toaster oven cookbook recipes are on there, as well as many, many videos demonstrating all different kinds of art techniques and skills, and also cooking demos. So check it out. And I would definitely try this quiche. Use your own creativity to make the quiche of your dreams.